I'm a firm believer in karma.
This interview was unfolding. I was just like, this is real.
If you want to be number one, you got to be odd.
The showmanship is a piece that people forget about in what we do. I'm glad that the fans are focused on the racing.
He said, I bet you didn't think I was tall enough to be able to sit on the door and touch the gas pedal at the same time.
Welcome to Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour, presented by NASCAR on Fox. I'm Kevin Harvick, Kaitlyn Vincie, and Mamba Smith.
In the house.
We're here for overtime.
We are.
Yeah, this is overtime.
OT, yeah. The awards show.
Yeah.
It's fun. Second time we've done this.
Well, it is always interesting to see what we think compared to what the fans think.
It's not the same.
There are a lot of times that we are not on the same page. A lot of times we're in line and they like what we have to say, but it'll be interesting to see where all these categories fall.
Well, this is a little different because, you know, the way we pick the moments, there's so many moments that happen throughout the year.
Yeah.
And you only can pick a few to vote on.
Yeah.
So, you know, you kind of forget because the season's so long. You're like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Like the Blaney and the Suarez one, I was like.
I know.
Where did they race at?
I was like, what was that one?
Was that?
I was like, oh, okay. So,
It's crazy how, you know, when you look back at the season, and I did this as a competitor, but you lose track of, if it happened more than 2 weeks ago, it seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
And going back through all these things, I was like, I forgot that happened. Where did I use that word? So it seems like a lifetime ago.
Because the Fox half seems like ages ago.
Oh yeah.
When you were in the booth.
Seems like a different season.
Yeah, it's really a 10-month season. You'll have that.
We are long.
We are long.
Yeah. We
What are you guys going to do in the off time?
I'm gonna race.
Yeah.
I'm going to race this weekend. So back for the my last race of the season. But in the late model world, it's really big race season.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the All-American 400 last weekend. Keelan raced on Saturday in the pro late model piece of it. Got caught up in a Daytona style wreck, but he did a really good job. He qualified 5th and then drew 8th to start the race.
See that.
Yeah, so he learned how to draw last. So that was 8 out of 8.
Why were you in Nashville? You said you were in Nashville over the weekend?
Yeah, that was for the All-American 400.
All-American. It's at the
sorry.
fairgrounds.
There you go.
Yeah. So you've got the All-American 400, you've got the Billy Bigley, you've got Governor's Cup, you've got the Snowball Derby. So a lot of big races.
Florence has one.
Florence, and then you've got the Thanksgiving Classic at Southern National.
Yeah.
There you go. Racers race. What are you going to be doing?
Racers do race. It is so crazy. Like Martinsville late model race, that one really starts the big race season for short tracks, and I love that. Well, first of all,
I needs to get a wallet.
I need to get a
First,
wallet.
he needs to get a license.
Number one thing I'm gonna do is get an ID again. So I don't have
Good luck with that.
Yeah, and
Got
I'm
a
a
little,
little.
The government's been shut down for 40 days.
That. Yeah, so I'm a little nervous about that, but I do have my
It is
credit cards coming back, so that's
Did
good.
you see if the DMV was open?
I did before we came in.
Yeah.
And I got the hours, but I didn't call. And I still have to go back home and get some other things. So now
You should call.
Now I'm going to call and
The
make sure.
DMV is a dreaded place to deal with that.
There's the DMV and then there's the license office.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, hopefully it's not the same deal.
I'm
nervous.
You should have contacted the establishment you're at, see if on the surveillance they see.
Well, I did go to the.
Where were you?
I was at Retro Bar in Uptown.
Okay.
And
Never been there.
And no, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of new. You guys would like. You would like it. I don't know. And then an Uber. So you would have thought that it would have been found somewhere in between
maybe
there.
Someone just.
I think someone just picked it up and went with it.
Yeah.
My favorite bar is
sucks.
the one at my house.
There you go. That's nice. You don't have to
It's
leave.
a nice bar.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
But Kevin,
leave?
sometimes it's good to be around the public and people and.
I get to be around the public and the people a lot, so I get my feel for being around the public.
Yeah, but that's
There you
like
go.
Kevin Harvick driver. Sometimes you got to be Kevin Harvick, like just the guy.
You can't separate them,
Oh,
especially if you're in race market. Like
yeah,
if
that's
you're
fair.
driver at the track, your driver,
At the grocery
retired
store.
driver, like
They
it all
recognize
blends
you.
together, especially if you're in race market.
That's
There
fair.
you go.
Yeah.
That's fair. What are you
I
gonna
have
do?
0 plans, to be perfectly honest. I worked a lot this year, so I'm excited to do nothing.
Yeah.
I just got back from Miami. I was telling you about this.
That was
the
cool.
electric boat race that I went to see, the E1 race. Very cool. Our Fox co-partner worker has a team, Tom Brady.
Okay.
His team won the
Of course
championship.
it did. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course it did.
So it's
I
really
just
neat.
don't understand why you'd invest in electric racing anything.
Well, they're very big on the sustainability of the environment.
I know, but is it really more sustainable? I thought we've gone through all this.
It's clean tech sports.
It's really weird.
Way to take the wind out of my sails.
I'm sure you did a great job in supporting their venture, but think about this. We're going to take an electric boat and put it in the water.
Yes.
That does sound on its face a little strange, right? Electricity and water.
If you go to a race, you don't want to watch a boat go by and just go.
I want to hear
very
noise.
Quiet.
Yeah.
They are very,
I want
very
to hear
quiet.
I want to hear noise when I'm at a racetrack.
You would have had fun at this.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
This was definitely your vibe.
It was in
Just
Miami?
telling you. It was in Miami, yeah.
There's some ritzy people
Interesting.
eating some good food.
It was really neat experience.
Okay.
And cool to interview
I'll take your word for it.
different people from motorsports that
Yeah.
had worked in Formula E and Formula One, and they're all kind of involved in this new endeavor. So that was cool.
I think the funny thing about that is the more different it is, racing is racing, and
Racing is
it kind
racing.
of comes back
Yeah.
like you're
Can't do
within
it.
the same.
If you say electric racing, I'm out.
See, he said that to me immediately last week. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, hey, I have something I think you might be interested in. Like, all these team owners are on the same level as you." No, you lost me at E.
You
You
lost
lost me. You lost me to E. Way lost
I
me.
was like,
If
"Oh,
there-
bummer."
if there's no Sunoco fuel in it, Kevin does not want to hear about it.
I want to smell the fumes.
Yeah.
And when you talk
Fair.
about racing boats, like I think of Miss Budweiser and all the cool
big-
big boats that used to
Yeah.
just glide across the top of the water. And Jimmy Johnson went and got back into one of those boats not 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But those are the boats that I remember racing, and that boat racing was cool.
The speedboats.
Yeah.
Those things are sick.
Kevin, not impressed. Standard.
No, I haven't even seen it, and I'm not impressed.
He's like, no sound? I'm not going.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So as we mentioned, we have 6 different awards determined by us. Also, the closers weighed in on social media to put in their fan votes. So I think it's time to kick off the 2nd annual Harvick Happy Hour Award Show.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one way to kick it off with your favorite segment
Oh my!
of
Here we go.
the Kevin Harvick Happy Hour podcast. We are kicking it off with the word of the week. And if you forgot, because again, it was a very long time ago, we have a full video of all the words. Let's run it.
When you can push like he was able to do in practice, that just has a lot of riz to it when you look at the field wanting to be pushed. Yeah, that was definitely one of those ice in the veins, cold-blooded moments right there from the driver to not overreact. It's definitely been quite the metamorphosis, for this 11 car from where he was 20 laps ago. It's been quite the vicissitude for Kyle Larson. He won that stage, got a speeding penalty. Typically, Clint is our lead rapscallion up here in the booth. And we see Kyle Larson right here, and indubitably, he's the best guy up against the fence. Well, you definitely don't want to be all hat, no cattle in this type of situation. Well, Clint, we saw shenanigans on the pre-race with you, my friend, making fun of me. I'm still blown away by the reciprocity from the 19 team of Chase Briscoe. And it looks like Chase Elliott right there rubbing up against the wall down the back straightaway. He's got that thing high, wide, and handsome up there down the back straightaway in that 4th lane. Those cars 3 wide, and some of those guys are putting it on the top and letting the big dog eat. Well, that guy right there, he's been bussing all day. It's fun to watch him drive this racetrack.
I gotta be honest. I forgot
I know.
what that looked like.
A lot of great moments there.
So funny.
I just think it's cool you've leaned into it and you
It's
actually
fun.
do it.
And I think that one thing I remember that Eric Shanks told me when I took this job and talking about what makes it more fun and what makes you be okay at it is being able to poke fun at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So screwing up allows everybody to make fun of me, which we usually make fun of Clint.
Right.
And so
Easy to do.
I did screw up a few of those words.
No,
there were
Not-
several of
not
those
too
mornings.
many, though.
Yeah, but I mean, there were several of those mornings that I looked at the word and I'm like, So I would go to Mike and usually say, Mike, how do I say this word? And then you get so wound up when you're getting ready to say the words that half of them are screwed up.
I
It
thought
was
you
great.
executed well.
It was great. And my joy, like, when it's one of those big vocab words, you can just tell Mike loves it, and I love that. So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, here are the nominees: Riz, Rapscallion, Indubitably,
There you go.
and Bussin'.
Nailed it.
So,
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
We got nice little envelopes and everything.
Rapscallion won, which I love this one because Biff was in there.
Yes.
And for that one, this was one of my favorite ones that I picked.
That's what I voted for, but you must not have.
I didn't. I voted for bussin'.
Really?
I mean, that one was funny
You know
too.
why?
Why?
Because it was the easiest to say.
That makes sense then.
I voted for Indubitably because I
Oh.
remembered him struggling to say it, so I thought that was
Anything that I struggle with, he's happy about.
No, I was happy about.
So our producer, Tyler, must have cast the tie vote, which agreed with me, Rapscallion.
Oh.
I liked that one because it was just like a really funny moment in the booth.
It was a good
there.
moment in the booth. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So
Well,
what about who the closers?
Oh yeah, closers. I want to know what you guys did. Let's see. Let's take a look.
Well, there we go. Oh, wait.
No,
Rapscallion.
Dang.
Yes.
That was pretty even though with everything that was up there on the board. I was expecting something to be the standout vote.
standout.
I mean, I guess it's 11% more.
24% of you voted for Riz,
Yeah.
35% Rapscallion, 18% Indubitably.
Even the professional can't say the word.
23% Bussin'. That word is hard.
Indubitably.
Yeah, especially when
Indubitably.
you have to say it. You're reading the first two, getting to the third one, going, "Oh shit, how do I say this? How do I
that
say
one
this?"
is tough. That's
I
like a
love
tongue
that.
twister.
I love this.
How do you
game.
say it?
Indubitably.
Yes.
I don't know. This is.
That's
We look forward to seeing what words Kevin has to say next year. Okay, now it is time for our next award, and it is Best Viral Moment. Time now to look at the nominees. We have quite a few good moments here. I want to start with the very first one, which was Kaitlyn Harvick beats Kevin in their first race together. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from this epic day out in Bakersfield, California. Kevin, what do you remember about all this going down?
Well, I remember I was racing for the lead and we all wrecked. And then Keelan stepped into a early Christmas gift there and wound up racing for the lead here at the end and making a good crossover move. But that was a cool moment to have that race and be able to compete against each other for the first time.
Sure, yeah.
He's pretty much got the best of me this year. So
No, not pretty much. It's
no,
you beat him once.
I've got in the last two.
There
Have you?
go.
Yeah.
Once he won the whole thing, I stopped.
He wrecked
paying
in the other two. So I wrecked in this one and he wrecked in the other two. So
okay.
I've kind of got a little bit back.
He was at one
Friendly
point. His average
competition.
finish was like 1.5 or something.
Yeah.
against you. It was,
Still a very cool moment for the whole Harvick family. I'm sure this whole experience has been. Okay, so that was one nominee. The next nominee, this one is hilarious. It's Ryan Blaney's nephew. He hijacked the radio during the race. Let's take a listen back to what happened.
Hi, Uncle Ryan. Uncle Ryan. Win this race. Win this race.
Mom, get Cody on the scanner. He found you on a scanner in the bus. Found out how to turn it on. Pretty smart.
Just wonder what was going through his head initially when he heard that, like the little child voice. He was probably like, "What is that?"
It's really weird because all the radios that we always had that were not somebody's that was on the
Supposed to
team,
talk, yeah.
they don't talk.
Yeah, no.
You can't talk. So I'm surprised that they had that.
That is
But it made for a great moment.
It
made for
really
a great
did.
moment. Yeah,
Very
that was
funny
not a
moment.
scanner. That was definitely a radio, and usually
Right.
it's everyone else gets
Yeah.
a scanner. So
That
they
is
probably will not
hysterical.
be having
No.
radios anywhere else anymore.
A cute viral moment though, for sure. Okay, this one, I don't know if this one's cute or not, but it involved me interviewing Cletus McFarland. It's a very legendary soundbite from him at Daytona. Take a listen.
A lot of anticipation, obviously, with Cletus in the field. I know this isn't how you wanted it to come to a close. What was your experience like as a whole?
Well, I was having the best day of my life, ripping around Daytona like a bald eagle. I was flat out, avoided a wreck, which was awesome. I thought I was the best driver to ever exist in that moment. And it's probably because my sleeves were cut off that I was able to pull off that maneuver, come down pit road. Then someone slammed into my rear left quarter, spun me out, lived through that, got some fresh tires, went back out there. I'm hot dogging into 1 and 2, and the car lost it in front of me, and I saw it, didn't have enough brakes to get slowed down before it. and tried to go around it, misread it, zigged instead of zagged when I should have zagged, and I zigged, and bam, blew the front end right off my hot rod.
I hate that for you. And before we came to this interview, you were watching that jet taking off. Have you ever seen anything like that? You seemed pretty impressed by it when you were just standing here.
Yeah, I'm the pilot of Consuela. You know what I mean? I got basically the baddest aircraft in the country, but that F-16 is pretty cool.
That you just rolled it, like you didn't check up, you just rolled right into another professional question.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have been able to do that.
I hate that for you. As this interview was unfolding, I was just like, this is real. He's really saying all this.
As an amateur interviewer,
Yeah.
when you got to the point of hearing that interview, I'm like Mamba. I would have just been like, "Oh, that was the greatest interview ever."
I would.
I don't know that I could have asked him about an F-16 fighter
I think
jet.
the producer got in my ear and said, "Ask him about that jet." So
Okay.
that they
That-
directed
I
me to
gotcha.
ask another one.
It's a
but
team effort.
It is a team
Yeah.
effort,
Yeah.
but yeah, that.
See, I would have been at this point. I've learned to just ignore the producer because he's usually telling me something that he's tight on time
Yeah,
or
you'll
something
have
along
that.
those lines, or that Mamba has screwed something up.
That's weird because he never tells me that in my ear. He just tells it in yours.
Yeah, you'll have that. Well, that interview was epic. I will remember that
That
one
was
forever.
epic.
Okay, the next and final nominee for Best Viral Moment is Kyle Larson telling our own Kevin he wants to embarrass NASCAR. Take a listen.
This is going to come across like very cocky. I want to embarrass them. I want to embarrass NASCAR a little bit. They probably think they're in a good spot. I want to smash the field when I run. That's motivating for me for sure.
And that
I
was
like that,
That
yeah.
was him talking about when he races down
In the other-
Craftsman Truck
yeah,
Series or the
series.
O'Reilly Series, and he just wants to smash the competition.
Look at you. You nailed that. O'Reilly already. We
Yes.
can't refer to it as its old title anymore.
Yeah, it's the Grand National Series.
There you
That
go.
has to be coming. I hope
That has to be
No,
coming.
we're just going to refer to it, and it'll just
I think
catch
the
on.
I think the O'Reilly people would really love that if it was that.
They probably wouldn't because nobody would say O'Reilly.
Uh,
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That would
What do you
not
get now?
their
Do you get
branding
like
out there.
you get like a $50 gift card to get some free auto parts?
I don't know, but
We'll have to
since
find out what the
I
incentives
hope
are.
I hope that they're listening, and I got you in the first show. So, holla at your boy.
Good job, Mamba. All right, let's take a look at the winner for Best Viral Moment. It is Cletus McFarland.
Well,
No surprise there.
He has an unfair
Yeah,
advantage.
he's a very large following.
I bet you on YouTube he probably won the vote by like 95%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might have.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like.
Kevin. Who'd you pick? Did you pick that one? You must have.
I did.
Yeah, you must
Yeah.
have because
Did you?
that's our pick. No, I
Oh,
picked
Ryan
the
Blaney.
Yeah, I picked the
Yeah.
Blaney one because I thought
Of course you did.
Yeah,
I
but I
thought
thought it was
so.
You're
hilarious.
super
he can
fan.
never
I am a super fan.
support me, I guess. The one that had me.
I was definitely supporting.
Oh, that's why you did it.
Yeah, that's exactly why I did it. It was the best interview of the year.
It was.
It
the
was
best
funny.
interview ever.
Okay, so who did the closers vote for? We want to see what you guys had to say on Best Viral Moment. Here are the results. 33% said Kevin.
Where the closes at?
Keelan beats Kevin.
Okay.
There
I love
you
you
go.
guys. I love you guys for picking that one just because it's an L for Kevin. Thank you so much. You guys are the best.
24% Blaney's nephew on the radio, 31% Cletus, and 12% Larson embarrassing NASCAR.
And I think you've learned this over the last 2 years. We have a very loyal fan base.
Yeah, no.
You have a very
Yeah,
very-
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I
Yes.
mean, in general have a very loyal fan base that's always had my
a
back.
lot
So
of Harvick
any of
fans
the
out there.
votes.
There you go. Cool. I like that Kevin won.
Yeah.
Okay. You're up, Kevin.
He didn't win.
Well,
Keelan
we get to
won.
do some driver
Lost.
stuff now. So, the best burnout for me is obviously a category that I take a little bit of pride in because I always felt like our burnouts were pretty good. So I think it's fair that we get to critique these guys because, I've done a few of them in my
They
day.
obviously
So
listen.
here are the nominees. So here are the nominees for a best burnout. The first one we have is Chase Elliott after the Clash. He really set the tone for what a burnout and the things that go with the burnout that can set you apart.
Yes, he did. There you
yeah.
go. Started out at this season opener at the Clash with a solid burnout.
And the cool part about this burnout was the fact that he started down the back straightaway and he drifted. We've seen SVG do this, but he did a backwards drift with a Kawicki.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Polish victory lap and
Cool.
basically dragging the tail, but not dragging the tail
Yeah.
all the way around the wall at Bowman Gray. So that one set the standard really early in the year as to not just doing a burnout, but doing a burnout that was good enough to set yourself apart from a guy that just sat there and melted the tires.
Yeah.
There are some days that you just need to sit there and melt the tires, but that one was not. The second one was another trendsetter. And we've seen SVG really step into the showmanship of what comes with celebrating after the race. But his burnout at Watkins Glen, and
wild,
we've seen some good ones. The middle finger out the window.
That,
with Austin
Sonoma.
Hill last year. But he basically went everywhere around this racetrack doing burnouts. I was surprised that the tires lasted as long that they did, and he made it all the way back around to the front straightaway at Watkins Glen. And then, as this burnout ends right here,
Yeah, this is the best part.
this is the best part. Still doing burnouts.
The crew, yeah. The high fives.
And we're going to do some high fives along the way. So
That's
Just
awesome.
working the car over, getting close enough to the team.
Very special moment for the whole crew.
that was definitely rubber flying in the camera right there. That was definitely that one and
High
Chase
marks.
Elliott's were high marks. The third one was William Byron at Martinsville. I think when you look back at that win for William Byron, obviously it meant a lot, but his burnout right here after the race was definitely William Byron's best burnout.
Yeah. When you can kind of lock that the left front or the right front and do a perfect donut like that, I always think that's really impressive.
And
Yeah.
this is a huge moment for this team.
It was, and I think those are the moments that we talked about throughout the year. But the celebration of this burnout and the smoke and the donuts and just the longevity of it, put William Byron up there, obviously in our top four.
Yep.
But he did a great burnout and wound up parking it at the start finish line eventually.
Yeah,
Eventually he gets there. Yep.
He was a little excited, and when he got out too. Again, you talk about Kevin. When you get out, give me a little bit of juice.
Yeah.
And when he got out, he was pretty loud, yelling at the fans, and I thought that was
He was
pretty,
jacked up.
Well, and I think each burnout kind of represents where you are in your season.
Yeah.
What
That's
it
so
means to
true,
you.
yeah.
I think as you win multiple races during the year in a row, the enthusiasm for that kind of goes down. And William hadn't won in a while, so to see that enthusiasm after the race was pretty cool. And I think you see that the where somebody is in the type of burnout that they do. The last one was Kyle Larson after winning the championship, and there were a lot of elements to this particular burnout. And I think being the surprise winner at the end with all the strategy and not being in contention all day, and then Cliff making a great call at the end, and Kyle Larson, keeping that car ahead of Denny Hamlin and the rest of them that were in the race, still racing for the championship. But this burnout right here, getting out of the car against the fence, got the waving the flag on the gas, team standing on the wall, and the celebration afterwards, to me, was
Very cool.
definitely one of the top
He
moments.
told me at the banquet, he said, "I bet you didn't think I was tall enough to be able to sit on the door and touch the gas pedal at the same time." I said, "You're right. I had
True,
no idea
yeah.
you could do that."
He's got a little baby seat in there.
Little baby seat.
Little baby seat. Yeah. So let's see who the winner is.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
For
is
the best burnout of the year.
Who do you pick?
The winner is Larson.
Larson,
There you go.
championship.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's who I voted for.
That's who I voted
That's
for.
who I voted for as well. I mean, it's hard to beat a championship. I mean, unless it just was a complete dud. It's hard to bet against the champ.
Also,
It's
because
true.
they're like when they're in that burnout, that celebration, there's just so much going on
Yeah.
with it, and he added a lot to it, so it was deserving.
Cool. There you go.
I liked it.
Who the fans think?
Let's see who the fans picked.
What do the closers get?
Closers, did they agree with us? No,
No.
they didn't.
Not even close.
Well, actually, that's not surprising.
SVG at Watkins Glen at
No?
48%.
I mean,
got it. 22% to Chase Elliott, 12 to Byron, and 19 to Larson.
The SVG one was as far as pure like
We just showed a
Burnout.
few clips of it.
yeah, as far as pure burnout, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And when we first saw that, we were like, we've never seen anyone do this like this before.
And I feel like SVG has a lot of fans. Like, I'm wondering
does.
if he is going to overtake most popular driver at some point.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
He'd have
No.
to. He'd have to
No.
need.
I don't know.
He'd have to need a lot of the people in New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah.
They would really need to like.
We
buy
got to have
into
a
the
better
voting.
campaign, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they have to buy into.
We got to get that. We got to get that international vote.
Yeah,
It just seems like he has a lot of fans.
He does have a lot of
already,
fans.
which is cool.
Yeah,
to see.
and they're not voting for anybody else.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I like that we evaluate the burnouts every week because it's such a unique thing to racing
It
and
is.
a unique sports celebration.
Yeah.
Well, we hear so many fans talk about, the drivers are boring. This is boring. That's boring. They don't have any personality. And we've had several guys. I mean, Larson gets it. He leans in. SVG leans in. Chase Elliott, with his burnout. I think that the showmanship is a piece that people forget about in what we do, right?
Yeah.
Like you're there, we're entertaining people. And so Denny Hamlin leaned into the things that he says and does off the racetrack, and that interaction with the fans, whether they're for you or against you, is part of what you do. You are an entertainer.
It's true. Yeah.
When I think Byron did it, Blaney did it, Austin Dillon did it. Like when they get out and they like do this big yell at the fans, I'm like, yes, like that is.
We want to see the passion and the emotion.
Yeah.
I love a good AJ Allmendinger win too. Those are always
Those are very
those
good.
are always
yes.
great. All right, next craziest finish is what we got on here on tap. I actually had to go back and look at some of these because I forgot like exactly what was crazy about it.
We're 1 week at a time, people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this week is the most relevant week, and what happened 3 weeks ago, I forget
Or
about.
10 months ago.
Yeah, 10 months ago. It's really tough. So let's go back through them. The first one on the list, Ryan Blaney over Daniel Suarez at Daytona in the fall race, which he kind of came out of nowhere too. I think at one point with like 2 to go, he was like 12th.
Yeah.
And usually when he's in these situations on the super speedways, he wrecks from the front. So I thought they were wrecking from the
big
front right
block
there.
there, yeah.
It's a big block. Cole Custer did a great job at Daytona at both races.
Well, and in my opinion, this was the best super speedway race of the year.
Yeah, they were
Right.
getting after
Yeah.
it from the jump.
This, from the start to the finish, was the best complete super speedway race that they have. And we talked about this. Obviously, Blaney comes on at the end right here to win this race from deep in the field. But they race like that all night.
Yep.
And that's what we talked about all year. NASCAR's got to figure out a way to get these super speedway races so that they race from start to finish like they did at this Daytona
Right.
race.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
0.031 seconds.
Yeah, 4 wide. That was a great way to end the regular season. Next, Christopher Bell over Denny Hamlin, Phoenix, obviously in the March race. I definitely went back and looked at this because I forgot completely that it was
I
like
forgot this one
to the
happened
end.
as well.
Yeah,
Teammates going at it.
getting
Yeah.
after it.
Yeah.
Which was big for them at the time because we're like, well, we're coming back here for the championship. So this
Right.
meant a lot. And yeah, just didn't use him up, just kind of leaned on him.
Oh, he used him up. As he should have. And that was, one of those scenarios, and I don't remember who I was talking about, but when you go back and look at the championship race at Phoenix, I'm still a little perplexed that William Byron didn't use Denny up more than he did at that point of that last restart or the next to last restart. Because I just felt like, and we talked about this at Martinsville, right? He got back to Ryan Blaney to make that move, but he didn't take advantage and get aggressive with him early on in that restart at Martinsville.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was the type of move that you needed to do to put yourself you have to look at every opportunity as the last opportunity, but that was the type of move that you have to do to win these races.
I had to do it. Didn't get that one done. Third, Austin Cindric over Kyle Larson, Talladega, April. Another great super speedway finish.
I'm just glad Kyle Larson was there at a finish.
Yeah, he still
Super
hasn't won
speedway.
yeah, it's been weird for him.
Poor guy. Yeah, this one,
That one was
0.056.
it was actually over Priest. Larson was right behind him pushing. So, which is, for the RFK group.
That's when they had the disqualification.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so the 60 car got disqualified after that particular race. So, I think when you look at those Talladega finishes and Daytona finishes, the finishes are always pretty exciting when they're all hammered down like that.
And this one, the last nominee, is probably my favorite and most heart-wrenching finish of the year, both at the same time. Chase Elliott over Denny Hamlin, which is quasi Bubba Wallace over C. Bell, Denny Hamlin over Bubba Wallace. Like the way this race ended, and this is, it was amazing. All the drivers were laying it out on the line.
Overtime.
You know, Bubba and C. Bell were really leaning on each other. All the Toyotas are in the front. You're like, okay, one of these guys is going to win. I think at this point, most people were like, oh, Bubba's probably going to win. Denny's going to like try to race him hard, but probably not do anything wild.
Chase Elliott says nope.
And this was the race that Denny Hamlin had the power steering issues.
Yes.
Remember correctly.
Yeah, and he knew that. And then he sends it down in here, and we just use him up. and then
here comes the 9.
Here comes the 9. Thank you very much.
And that last lap for the 9 really started at the start-finish line right there. The lap before, when all the chaos started with the 23 and the 20 getting into each other off of turn 4, and that momentum led all the way back around to all those moments.
Insane finish. And let's see, for us here on the show, it was Elliott over Hamlin. I did vote for this one. Is that what you guys had?
Yeah.
I didn't. No, I did Blaney over
You did the Blaney one.
Suarez.
That was a good one, too.
I thought that was, yeah.
I want to know.
Be the outlier, Kaitlyn. Yeah. Be the outlier.
Didn't mean to.
Yeah. So if you want to be number 1, you got to be odd. So let's hear from the fans. Let's see what the closers,
they say.
What the closers had to say here.
Oh, 67% Chase Elliott win, of course.
That's a
over
pretty
Hamlin.
substantial win.
It's also a Chase Elliott win and a Denny Hamlin loss. So I think that probably added.
Probably doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah. Didn't hurt.
Anytime you have a Chase Elliott thing in there, it just goes.
So you were still in the odd.
21%.
I mean, you were still odd.
Did Blaney.
Oh, you picked Blaney.
Yeah. 21% win
Wrong
for that
super
one.
speedway race.
Yeah.
7% was Bell versus Hamlin. 5% Cindric versus Larson.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Honestly, the Phoenix one with Bell and Hamlin, I think people generally forgot it was that close.
I did.
Because when you watch it, you're like, wow, that was an amazing finish.
There you have it. The fans have spoken. A lot of great finishes throughout the course of the last 10 months. Okay, time now for our next award, and it is for Biggest Story of the Year. Well, we had a lot of great stories throughout the course of this season. The very first nominee, though, has been ongoing for 2 seasons now, and it was the charter system lawsuit, of course, with 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports suing NASCAR. So this has been a persistent story, so of course we had to include it. The second one is Denny Hamlin's championship chase falls short. I know where we all weighed in on that a week ago. And then the third nominee was NASCAR announces horsepower increase for 2026. And the final nominee was SVG dominates road courses, winning 5 straight. Okay.
Well, when I look at that list, and obviously the charter system lawsuit is still going.
Yep. It might be a 2026 story.
It's set for trial, and I'm sure whatever the decision is, hopefully they settle it before it all gets to that point. But if they don't and it goes to trial, I'm sure there will be an appeal, and then it will continue being in trial, and we'll still be talking about it next year. But
3 years.
I can tell you, I hope it's over.
Yes, we all are hoping for that. Please.
Yeah, it's hard to, I mean, that one obviously is the story of the year. If you take that out and just focus on the racing that we care about the most, I think SVG's dominance was wild.
It was a very cool
More
story.
horsepower.
A pleasant surprise story.
Pleasant surprise. More horsepower is always good. And Hamlin missing the championship
has been a story for 20 years.
It's kind of.
Yeah, and when you look at the Hamlin championship story and everything that went with that, I felt bad for him this time.
I did too.
And just the way that they dominated the race and the way that their cars ran, the story with his dad and just, I think we saw it at William Byron and Martinsville with the pressure that is on these guys. And I think in Denny's situation, knowing that the clock is ticking, announcing when his last year will be, his dad's health, the performance of the cars. I mean, it was that was a tough moment for Denny Hamlin to lose that championship. And you saw it on his face after the race.
At the banquet.
At the banquet. I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I've never seen
Painful.
more people sad for a competitor losing.
So is the tide turning for Denny Hamlin?
No, I don't
is he
think
on
so.
the Kyle Busch path to where people are going to like him?
I don't think so.
Next year?
I don't
No?
think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's going to be short-lived.
Yeah, like I think everyone feels for him because he dominated that race.
Yeah.
And you look at it like you should have won, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's.
You know what was interesting to me before that race is all the get on the bandwagon train talk and just all the hype that they promoted before the race. Man, I'd have had to nix that.
What do you mean?
I'm a firm believer in karma.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
And I don't know. I'm so cautious about stuff like that because I don't ever like to beat that drum before you
never
get too
had
far.
to because you had such a legion of fans.
I know, but I don't know. I just.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It was kind of strange.
When the time comes and you got to take that out, like
put a lot of pressure on yourself.
A lot of it's entertaining.
It is entertaining. Speaking of entertaining, what was the biggest story of the year according to our crew? It was indeed the charter system lawsuit. 2 years in a row, we think we have voted for this one. So
yeah,
I mean, you can't argue against it. It's a huge story.
It's huge in sport. Like it's a huge sports
story,
and it's getting bigger.
It is getting smaller.
I read an article last week that they were going to drag Roger Penske, Rick Hendrick,
Mr. H,
Formula One. I mean, there's so many things that are getting drug into this now that it continues to get messier. But
yes, we appreciate Bob Pockrass, who has very diligently covered this story and allowed us to kind of understand all the many layers to it, I might add. Okay, so what did the closers vote for? What did you guys have to say? What was the biggest story of the year to our fan base? And 44% said Hamlin's championship run coming to a close. 39% were on the lawsuit, 9% horsepower, 8% SVG dominance.
I'm glad that the fans are focused on the racing.
That's literally because like
this is true.
That's what it should be.
Probably because they don't understand the lawsuit.
Yeah,
they're over it.
Well, they don't want to hear about it.
Yeah,
it's like talking about politics in the middle of sports, right?
True.
You just don't want to do it.
Don't care.
No, I don't ever turn something on in sports to want to hear about politics or lawsuits or all the. I turn the race on to watch the race.
Right.
So
that
makes me
on
happy
things.
that the fans are actually showing what their voice is as far as what they're doing.
I think we chose lawsuit from a journalistic standpoint.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, it's
not
like
that we actually enjoy having to talk about.
No.
That.
Well, we have to talk about it.
Yes.
We have no choice.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, you're up.
Well, we're down to the last category that we have.
I can't wait for
which
this.
is a Cup Driver of the Year. And we've got quite the list for our nominees here. Our first one, obviously, our champion, Kyle Larson, who had just a fantastic year to close it out and start with. Middle, not up to Kyle Larson standards. I would say that most Cup drivers would be okay with the results that he had, but those standards were a little bit subpar in the middle of the year.
So I'm not sure if you heard this, but he spoke to SiriusXM recently, and a lot of what you were saying on the show throughout the year was saying he didn't seem the same after Indy. And he admitted to that. He said he was off his game. He lost confidence in himself. He was like, I just didn't perform well. I was disappointed in myself. And then he referenced that Hendrick kind of lagged a bit through the summer months.
I'm not gonna. Also, I think it's hard to talk about it, but the loss of John Edwards like affected the whole industry. But the way it directly impacted the 5 team and Hendrick, I think there was more to that than what people would expect from someone in that position, but he was a big piece
part
of that place.
Well, there's a couple things. You hear us talk about it on here all the time, the circle of life, right? When you have the John Edwards scenario, the lack of confidence, cars being off a little bit. But when you have the John Edwards piece, the Indy piece with the lack of confidence, that directly affects the development piece and the week to week of what you think of the car, how you drive it, what capability you can drive it to, the communication between the teams, because you're having to deal with other things, right? In the past, we've seen Larson not have a problem dealing with other things, but typically it's not dealing with all the things that happen in Indy, the loss of someone's life. I mean, these are
major
moments that you're gonna have to deal with in ways that you didn't have to deal with going to a sprint car race and figuring out how to get there, going to Indy and battling for the win late like he did the year before. Totally different scenarios. So that circle of life it definitely affects things. Second driver, Denny Hamlin. He had another career year.
Yes.
With the way that they performed, new crew chief, all the things that they went through this year, in contention to win the championship up until about 5 laps to go.
A lot of wins that they put on.
A lot of wins. William Byron, another Hendrick driver that had a great year, battled for it all the way to the end at the championship race. And the guy who dominated on the road courses, SVG. I think we've seen the evolution of Shane just get better and better. On the road courses, he was pretty much unstoppable. And the ovals,
do not let him average a top 15.
Don't sleep on him.
If he can average top 15 next season at the ovals, like at least a mile and a half, like whatever, you know what I mean? Oof.
And we saw him in the top 10 at several of the races over the last part of the season. So, guy's a stud. Let's see who the Cup Driver of the Year winner is. Denny Hamlin.
Interesting.
I knew he wasn't going to vote for him.
No, because
but we must have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys must have.
Yep, I had to.
The thing about it for me is Byron won the regular season championship with one race to go, and I thought that was highly impressive. For what
you got to remember, Denny Hamlin missed a race.
Denny missed a race.
He did.
I think that race that he missed wouldn't have changed anything because it was a road course. But
I think
he had the most wins.
You can make a case for every single one on the list. I picked Denny because he had 6 wins on all different types of tracks, mile and a half, short tracks, Darlington, Crown Jewel. Going through the lawsuit, his father's illness, the crew chief change you referenced, I just felt like he had an amazing year. Career 60 wins. To me, he was the driver of the year.
Yeah, and I think that from an overall standpoint, I think Denny, he, with all the things that he had going on, I just think he dealt with more than the rest of them. So he didn't win the championship, but the rest of it was better than everybody else's, I believe.
I did have a write-in, and Tyler told me I couldn't use it.
What?
So that's why it says Cup Driver. I wrote in Corey Haim. I thought that Corey Haim, I thought he was the best.
Well, then we would need Connor too.
Well, I thought that Corey had the best year. Like, take away, he's in trucks, but like, that was incredible.
It was a career. It was the best truck season that on record
ever done.
But it's like I tell people all the time, can't compare it to Cup.
It's not Sunday.
It's not Sunday.
It's not Sunday. But
it isn't.
Got to talk.
But he had a great year.
So what do the closers think? I wonder if they agreed with us.
I would assume that the closers are probably going to be split on this one.
Yeah, I would assume so. No,
not really.
No.
54. Okay, see, this makes me wonder if
Sympathy
he is
vote.
getting more fans.
Yeah, but listen,
It's a sympathy vote.
I agree.
54% is a high number.
I don't think you're gonna. I think this is what I think. I think Denny is Denny, and come Daytona, we'll be 5-6 weeks in, and the guy that is always like pounding his chest and heckling the fans is gonna be that same guy.
I don't know if he will be.
I wouldn't.
I think he is.
He will. I don't think he'll change.
I think he. I mean, looking at that vote, I think that the sympathy towards his situation and everything that he's gone through this year. And I think you saw the reaction that he had to the fans and talking in appreciation of them. It was a much different much different than what we've seen in the past. So I'd rather, if it were me, I'd rather go out with the arms of the fans wrapped around me, not with them.
I think
pointing both middle fingers.
I think that's a 2027. That's what you'll get in his last year.
Yeah.
Like, I think you'll get, I think it's the last year. We haven't had the last time, like when you were the last one to retire, right?
As far as I know.
Martin Truex?
It seems like it was 47 years ago.
I know, it feels really long ago.
Yeah.
But like, we don't have a whole lot of moments like that, like retirement tours. So I think Denny's will be special.
Well, 54% went with Hamlin. The second percentage was to Kyle Larson. A reminder, 11,000 people voted on this particular category.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome.
I think that we, in the sport, in the industry, we need these type of awards to happen at the banquet. Like best driver, best crew chief, like every other sport has these type of awards. I think they're important to help
we can
with
do
star
them here on
power
our
and
show.
all those things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe we'll just do like they're doing at the Super Bowl, which create our own show.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that
I mean,
would
here
be
we are,
fantastic.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
here
you've
we
got
are.
11,000 people that
Voted.
turned into that vote.
Yeah,
so
that's a
they're
high
obviously
number.
interested in having that conversation, and I think it creates a healthy conversation. So that's
It
good.
does. Yes. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for the award show this year.
What do we do now?
Right now, we get to talk about the Daytona 500 because the 2026 Great American Race is right around the corner. Make sure you purchase your tickets at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com. And the race will be Sunday, February 15th, back on Fox, the best freaking network covering this shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry.
No. Make sure you get in the comments. Tell us about the award show, what you liked, what you thought about the winners. You guys know, even though we're offline, we are always online.
Engaged. Yes. Thank you to the closers for tuning in for another season. Thank you,
always show
Kevin,
up.
for having us back with you.
Good job, guys.
All
It
year.
was a fun year.
It was a fun
We'll
year.
start again in about 2 months.
That's right.
It's not very far away.
Not very far away.
We'll be back in January, so you guys can see Harvick Happy Pod returning in 2026. Make sure you continue to follow us on social media for more updates. Thanks again for tuning in all season long. We'll see you in a few months.